How's it going, guys? TrueChamps Static here to go over our Spice Cabinet or our, meta breakdown from our event last night. This was June 21st. We had 27 players, so a pretty healthy turnout. Um, and let's just jump right into it, guys, see what's going on. All right, so getting into this, here's our kind of breakdown for you. Just to get a glimpse, we did have a lot of Imperial last night. Pretty good representation from a few other decks, Masty, Yellow, and Blue Hybrid, Black or Greymon Armor, and then a couple one-of decks, a Red Yellow Joggerist, a Three Musketeers, a Creepymon Loop, and then a Red OTK, which did actually end up in the top. So I'm going to leave this up for just a second so y'all guys can, pause it, take a look at it if you need, whatever. Now, jumping right into this, um, this was first place. This was piloted by Gage. He plays in our events quite a bit. He tops fairly frequently, and yeah, he's a really great player. So, and really did well with this list last night. Just watching him play finals was really good, like really good experience. So at this point in the meta, a lot of these decks do kind of feel solved. Um, so we'll just really focus on things that make them stand out. So the first thing that jumps out to me is the 2 TK and Kari. Um, in this deck, it can act as extra memory because you are less aggressive than most of these decks, so a lot of them are going to take 1, 2 checks off you before you do, or you might take 1 check where they take 2. So this card, for the most part, is probably going to be live, except for if you're playing against, Yellow Hybrid, which then, if they recover, all of a sudden is live. Um, So this deck, like I said, pretty stock. The Underworld's Call is the other kind of card that sticks out, but it's really good. Brings back Gatomons for 4, brings back the Rush Black Gatomon for 4, can bring back your Floodgates if you need them in a pinch, and you don't have them in hand. So I think it's a fantastic one of. Playing 4 boost for consistency. Um, Chaos Degrade at 2, I might personally want 3, just with how some of the decks work, but that's also just me. Other than that, deck's pretty standard, and let's move right along here. So next up, we had, let me make sure the name, James Wynn. This was an Imperial Dramon. This looks closer to the builds that Primitive TCG and some of his guys popularized. So looking pretty standard since that kind of came out. We have our one of Hybrid, we have the one of Magnamon to pop out a blocker if we need, the Mimi to kind of accelerate through the mid game. So pretty standard stuff here. Moving right along, we had Bradley Wise, another guy who's been playing quite a bit in our events, doing really well for himself. Um, so this list is a little more of like the standard that I think we've all seen, minus the blue memory boost. This card kind of comes and goes out of the deck for consistency reasons. Sometimes they're too fast to play it. Some players want to play it to make sure they hit, or if they get stalled, they have a way to unbrick. But yeah, again, this one running Dino Beamon instead of Chimeramon. This card has actually I've seen win lots of mirror matches. So I think this one might, have a slight advantage versus the other build, but the Mimi can kind of help balance that out, rush up some dudes, get your more Joggers targets. So it kind of goes back and forth on the secondary Joggers card being Chimeramon, for those Paladin mode or Paladin mode, fighter mode bounce plays. Um, so it's really, I think, just personal preference for a lot of these guys. I don't play Imperial myself, so I'd actually have to talk and kind of ask somebody about that. And then moving on to the true Spice for the night. Fourth place, he was in finals though. Uh, Red Ancient OTK. Now, if you were with us on stream last night, um, we were all really rooting for this because it was a couple of games to watch. Game one, um, Alan was able to just kind of recover out of it. I think he had 9 security before we raised and went for it. But the red player did have rookie Agunimon, quad Burning Greymon, Aldemon. I think he had the Altarius mode on top of there too. So there's a lot going on with this deck. So I think he checked 8 and just was one shy of being able to get there. Um, so I call this OTK rather than kind of red hybrid because as you can see we really only play 4 tamers. So we're not always always going to have one. Now we do like seeing Tai. It's helpful. Takuya is really great as like an alternate finisher instead of Omnimon. You can kind of just digivolve in the back, for a little more expensive cost if the game is slow enough. Um, but yeah, so let's kind of just break this list down just a smidge. Um, so we have the three Flamons, um, you know, seven Searchers really good, the Piercing's really good. Um, again, all hybrids just to keep that, Emperor or Ancient Greymon having as many checks as possible. A one of Bokomon for search, so our low end searches a ton to help with consistency and finding the pieces that we need. Burning Greymon can be used for, utility, just digivolving to pop small dudes so that they don't have time to kill you before you build your stack and kill them. Or, like I said, we also, Ancient Greymon gets plus for every hybrid and Greymon. Um, so, like I said, those Burning Greymon in that one stack was four of them for four extra checks from the level 4 slot. Promo Agonimon makes the whole deck possible. Just three memory and with one of these in the stack lets you go to Ancient Greymon and swing after you raise. Altarius mode, has Greymon in its name. Gives you a DP boost, so now you're swinging for, 15 with an extra check on top of it. So really great addition and another level 5s to help you not be as bricky if you ever, maybe you don't need the Aldemon. So this could just let you go if you don't see it. Aldemon really great, not letting you check options, really important in this format. Ancient Greymon, do just big checks. 3 Blitz Omni, it's your game winner. Um, that's pretty much all it does. It should just be blitzing for game. Gravity Crush, I really like in this deck. If your opponent ever chokes you to 1 and you just need 3 to go for the OTK, bam, got Gravity Crush. So it's more of a game winner card. Sometimes you can use it for utility, but I think the card's fantastic in this deck. A 1 of Rowdy Rocker. This card almost stole a game. Again, I think game 2 he was just 1 shy. The Masty deck just recovered. But this card is fantastic. It gives you a little bit of card draw, you know, lets you tuck something underneath. I think he was able to actually go promote Rowdy Rocker, tuck in a Gootymon, Ancient Greymon for 1, and then swing. For Crimson Blaze, this card is absolutely nutty against a good amount of decks in the meta. It has targets against Imperial. It has especially good against Mastamon. Um, Anything that just plays bodies for free, this card is fantastic against. It also is just a small board clear. Like we said, you yourself trying to OTK your opponent don't want to just die by them rookie rushing you. So you can just, slam this, buy yourself a turn or two. 4 red memory boost, super important for consistency, super important to hold. Maybe, like I said, you don't have a tie since you're only playing 2, and you just, need to go to 3 to get to that Ancient Greymon. And then just a tie, or 2 tie, 2 Takuya. The tie gets you an extra check with your Ancient Greymon stack and sets your memory to 3. The Takuya, we're playing the one, or the Flamon that on deletion, we get to play one for free. So if we ever need to kind of, trade or do anything early game, we can get some value on that. And also, you can also, as a backup plan, just go, Burning Greymon on Takuya, Aldemon, get a whole bunch of checks in. So there's a couple things you can do there. But yeah, guys, that was our Spice Cabinet, our top 4 for last night's event. Hit us up in the comments. Check out, the Twitch stream, TrueChamps Games. We're, broadcasting every event that we do going forward, hopefully. So yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you. Thanks, guys.